Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Contest of Speed here in Miami Garden. We will be racing tonight around Hard Rock Stadium on it's actually parking off the stadium. Track itself is 5 kilometers, 412 meters with 19 turns and average speed about 223 kilometers per hour. My name is Luke, also known as Red Panda Pigeon Slayer, as AK Kaganist. Tonight, alongside with me is Rob Star. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Red Panda. I hope
Uh,
everything is going well for you.
yes, indeed it was. I hope for you it was good as well. Before we jump into the track for the, I hope, excited qualifying session, let's check out the driver standings. Healy is leading the pack with 103 points. Konzo on P2 with 20 points lost. PW Jones on P3. Dragon on P4. Nat Tom Carter on P5, Hako P6, Borgia P7, The Fizz on P8, Elite on P9, Huffendobak on P10, Kornishkak on P11, Dynamic Duo on P12, Mac 125 on P13, Crypto White on P14, Rosa Sky P15, Machi Robo P16, P17 is for Cos Brooksy, Pookie on P18, Deus de Benassi on P19, and the Salmon on P20, and every driver on the grid scored at least 1 point.
We've had quite a rain for quali here in Miami
Yes, yes,
as well.
we have wet quali session, so session definitely will be excited. Uh, Heading to the constructor standings, 116 points for Ferrari, who is leading the pack after overtaking Williams with 113 points. McLaren is really close to those two with 106. 90 points for Alfa Tauri on P4, Alfa Romeo on P5 with 85 points, Aston Martin with 63 points on P6, Red Bull on P7 with 57 points, P8 is for Mercedes with 34 points, Haas on P9 with 30 points, and Alpine is closing the pack with 16 points, what means they have exactly 100 points lost to the leaders. And now let's quickly head to the track because we can see that drivers are already on the outlap.
Yeah, there's a couple more on the track first here on his out lap.
And as we can
So he'll be the first one to make the
see
lap.
on the informations about, they are using intermediate tires, so it's not that wet for now.
Well, it depends what's going to happen in a race, you know. Because in quali, you definitely want to put a dry setup on, really, for a race, so you don't really mess up too badly in the race, you know.
Yeah, we were watching Elite driving to probably most challenging section of the track. It's easy to take a bit too much of that inside curbs on the chicane and lost control on your car. Elite is weaving to hit up his tires, and he will be starting first hot lap of the evening shortly. It looks like good exit out of the straights, and is starting the lap. For we see Ferrari is going out of the pit lane, but he won't be impending lap for Elite.
A bit of a wheel spin there for Elite, and on that curve, which you don't want to ride. Quite bumpy there, you could lose control for this quick left to right, then left. He goes, keeps it clean on this long left
Mm,
hander. Gonna
This
keep
corner
it
is
nice
really
and tight.
tricky because you are slowing down mid turn to get proper entry for this semi straight.
If you go too wide, you do get track limits as well. But also, this that DRS is still enabled for this session whilst
Yeah,
there
and
is rain.
we can see that Elite teammate is close behind him, so he will be using probably a little bit of split stream over here.
Close there, chicane there. Right over the curb. Onto the longest straight here in Miami. Getting a toe from his teammate now. Already down the straight.
Now Brooksy is getting out of his way, last braking point of the track.
Ooh,
And he's
gets
going a bit too wide, but still within track limits. He lost 2 3 tenths maybe over there because of that wide exit, but 35.4 is the benchmark lap. Not Tom, over almost 2 seconds slower. Griffin on P2 with 35.88. We see yellow flag, but I do believe it's Hafen Dobak who... No, it's not Hafen Dobak, it's Rosa Sky going to finish his lap. And what time he will set? It will be lower comparing to Elite, 35.993.
And it goes Hacko across the line up to P5 with a 136.99.
Borja, meanwhile, with new fastest lap of the evening, 35.1. Let's stay for a moment with PW Jones, who is going to finish his hot lap. And Williams' driver is setting the time 37.1, so not ideal time. Deus Benasti with 35.792. Hilly, really slow time for McLaren Dragon, 34.8.
So, up to P4.
So the question is, does conditions are gently improving?
Yeah, look at Novak. He just finished his lap up to P2 now.
Yeah, 30. Another one below 35s. So conditions will be gently better. Because Brooksy, that won't be a super good lap. Watching his delta after sector 2, not Tom with 34.333.
Conzo's going to be the next one across the line. Also, the track is slowly drying up, by the way.
Conzo 35.43, Brooksy with 40.241. So not the best lap for second Mercedes driver. So let's take a moment with Alpine of Dynamic Duo, who is heading through sector 2. Let's actually jump on board with him, because this section is quite tricky, especially in conditions like this.
Yeah, you can barely get the power down out of that exit there, but going through the chicane, gonna keep it nice and clean. Yes, he can. Can he get a good exit out of this corner here onto
a little bit of counter steer. Really good time after sector 2. Games show us it's purple 1, and I do believe it could be, because he was on 1 minute 8 second, and I noticed over 1/9 until now.
Well, he's dropping across the line. Let's see where he comes up to.
It's 34, 35.611. That's P8 for Alpine driver.
Pretty sure Brooksy is now the next one to go across the line to finish his lap after not doing a great lap.
Yeah, but he was improving over 4 seconds after sector 2. So he might definitely jump over few guys in front of him. So it looks like Brooksy decided to go for double outlap. And Gonzo started his another attempt. Brooksy meanwhile finishing the lap, and it's P11, 35.799.
Who's that Haas there? It's Rosa Sky about to cross the line.
He was improving. He improved by nearly quarter of the second. Is it PW Jones? Yes, it is PW Jones, but on the invalidated lap. But I do see Aston Martins. Is that Deus Benasti? Yes, it is. So let's see what will Aston driver will be able to improve himself.
Oh, Car is a bit there.
Yeah, Car is super unstable. He improving. A bit less than 2 tenths. That gives him P9.
Increased by a whole second as well.
But
Pookie don't improve. Looks like Pookie is spun. Oh, it's a dry erase apparently to Tom Carter.
yeah, Kenzo on the hot lap, but the lap was invalidated, so I do believe he will try to make one more attempt if he got enough of fuel in his car. AlphaTauri is crossing the line.
No,
Dragon on
Ferrari
the
not.
out lap.
Ferrari's invalidated. And Mark is next. Who?
Is it Pookie?
Brooksy. Brooksy's
Pookie is
improving.
going to finish his line.
Same as
Oh no.
Brooksy improves up to P6.
Good lap for Brooksy. I do see Haas over there, but is it?
Yeah.
It's Rosa Sky. But
Petrol Rosa's got into
after,
the pits.
yeah,
Yeah.
over 5 second loss on his previous Delta.
Jones is up on his Delta now. This is a league race, Packle Active, if I said that right. It's a league race currently. So you cannot join, but if you want to join, you can do iDiscord.
And PW Jones is heading to
and
the
join
pit
the
lane.
Discord server to sign up.
Hilly on the outlap. Mati Robo is still waiting. Let's see what Nico in that Red Bull will be able to do. He's going to cross the line shortly. A little bit of slide at the exit over there. He is setting 35.047. That gives him P5. Konzo, meanwhile, improving a bit after Sector 1. Little loss in Sector 2.
Welcome back. And have you noticed we're missing a person today, Crypto as well?
Yeah, indeed. But we can see that Triber, who is replacing him, is on currently P5.
New EU3 driver. But is it just me? But it looks like the track's kind of drying up a bit slowly.
I don't believe it is. I mean, obviously, I can see there is a drier line is showing up, but it's not enough for Risk to go on softer on dry tires. He is improving himself, but it wasn't a good delta after Sector 2.
Yeah, he hasn't used much ERS, it seems like, as well.
Reminder, Killy is our current championship leader, and he is heading to the pit lane. You see Ferrari, so let's jump into the Heatmax, who is reserving. He was, and Dragon with 34.322, 11 milliseconds ahead of Tom Carter.
Tom Carter's about to go across the line, improving by a tiny bit. Might jump Dragon here.
Yeah, he might, definitely. And he is.
Yes, he does.
So Dragon wasn't happy from that fastest lap too long. I do believe Elite might be on the hot lap. Yes, he is. Minor improvement after Sector 2.
I'll be close enough to jump his teammate.
If he keeps improving like this, he might be. But now he's after Sector 2, he's losing quarter of the second to his previous best time. So he won't be probably able to beat Brooksy's time.
Yeah, he's not really using his ERS.
How about Borja, who is running for another attempt, and that Red Bull.
Let's see if he can actually improve.
And he's crossing the Sector 1 line, and it is improvement by 1500ths of the second.
Didn't jump anyone though.
So that might him improve to at least P4 if he keeps doing that.
Looks like Max doing a lap. Looks like everybody's going out for a final lap.
Oh, and it looks
maybe?
like I do believe I've seen Borja going a bit too wide on the braking zone. after that DRS straight, but it could be only my imagination. Let's see, Borja is going to cross sector 2 line and it's quarter of a second improvement. So that might be
Yeah.
even P3 for Red Bull driver.
Let's see if you can actually do it then. On this last corner now he goes. Nice and clean. Can he get the exit right here?
Oh, and he's sliding a
Ooh.
lot. He's heading directly to the pit lane, I do believe. Yes, he is.
It was on a good lap as well.
He was on a good lap, but he made a mistake that costed him a lot. Rosa Sky, meanwhile, going to P4. Just 12 milliseconds in front of his teammate. Meanwhile, Elite is going to the pit lane, I do believe. Do I see the Alpine behind him? Is it Pookie? Yes, it was Pookie, but Pookie made a mistake and lost completely his front wing. So he won't improve his time.
And Mac would be the next one to do a lap. He's improving by a lot because he jumps up to P5 here. Crosses the line up to P3 actually. But look at the gap between P2 and P3.
It's nearly half a second.
Well,
his teammate on the outlap.
Massey hasn't made.
Comes after sector 2, 54 milliseconds lost to his previous best. But he might get something extra in sector 2.
Yeah, Manuel's invalidated his lap.
He avoided that inside curb on this. And now invalidating lap, taking way too much of curb on the inside in the chicane, so this lap will be invalidated. He had enough time to make another one run, and Matti Robo is on the hot lap actually. Classic Matti doing one-shot quali.
Let's see how well he can do then. Just trying to see he's about to finish that lap.
A lot of drivers on the laps, and actually only those the Benasti is in pit lane. Rest 19 drivers is somewhere on the track. And look at that Alpine side by side with Matti.
Brooks is about to go across the line to do his lap now, and let's see how much he can improve. And he don't improve, but looks like he's going out for another lap here.
Matti meanwhile crossing the line, P17, 36.4 for the McLaren driver. I'm surprised that Williams boys are actually that far on the grid so far. Cornish Kak improving himself to 34.787. It's P3 for the Aston driver. Elite is going to start a lap. How about Nico? Nico is... it's Borja going to start a lap. Meanwhile, Nico, after Sector 1, improving by a bit over quarter of a second. So he might jump over plenty of drivers.
Or Rosa Sky's losing the race out of the exit. Don't
and
improve.
Not improving himself. Huffendobach, he was improving by 0.2 after Sector 2. He's going to cross the line, and it is P3 for Haas driver, 34.607.
Jones is going across the line now. How much can he improve? Up to P15.
Yeah, and we do see Mercedes. Is it Elite? No, it's not Elite. It's Brooksy.
He's not improving.
Brooksy wasn't improving.
Across the line. Dragon's going to line
not Tom with new fastest lap. 44.178. Cornish Kak is driving slowly. Mac won't improve himself because invalidated lap. Kenzo was is losing time after sector 1.
Hacker is
Rosas
improving by 2 seconds, but it's invalidated.
and Hako is going to the pit lane. He's retiring on the pit lane entry. What about Healy? Because I do believe
He,
Healy is driving on soft
Hilly,
compound and he's improving
Hilly
himself
came out of
by
the
over 2
corner.
seconds.
Yeah, Hilly
3
went out of the
seconds.
corner and hit the wall. So I'm not sure if he can improve here.
I mean, his car looks fine for now. I mean, definitely really brave attempt
Yeah,
by McLaren driver on
so
that soft compound. He's crossing the line,
he
improving by over
improved, but
5 seconds, but it's
can't get
still
anywhere.
P20 for our current championship leader.
And then we got Rosa Sky, the last one to do a lap, but he's fallen out.
He's
So that
from
is your grid, guys.
not Tom and Dragon. It's first row, Borja and Haffendobach. That's P3 and P4. Kornischkag and Mack, P5, P6. Konzo, Rosa Sky, Nikosteki, and Dynamic Duo. That's our P10, top 10. Brooksy, Elite, Dozda Benasti, Yitmex, PW Jones, Griffin, Pookie, Mati Robo, Hako, and Healy starting from P20.
From the back. Yeah, championship leaders starting from the back today.
The championship leader starting from the back. Mm, both
That's the
Williams
first,
drivers,
maybe.
both Williams drivers out of top 10. We have, we have confirmation of quali results. But watching the standings after quali, if Dragon will be able to win and second AlphaTauri driver be able to score some points, that might be huge jump for them because they are in range to get a constructor lead. Obviously, Kanzo and Itmax might be a problem because Ferrari is closer to top 10 comparing to McLaren and Williams boys. So we see a bit of cloudy but dry start of the race. I'm sure drivers will be pleased about this.
Let's see how good they were doing in a race, because in qualifying, it was looks like it had like a mixed patch, should I say, pack. So everybody
Yeah,
was up and down, should I say, different times. Just hope we can have a clean turn one today.
yeah. I mean, first two free turns in this track are actually quite interesting because I found a solution about this. If you're going by using about 70-80% of throttle and one gear higher than
Oh,
game suggests to you, it's way better. But here out the race
go!
started, and it looks like Tom got weaker start comparing
Gets
to
a
Dragon.
little
Dragon going
pull.
to the inside, and Elite and
Oh,
those of a nasty
Elite and
crash, and
Manamati out of
it
the race.
is virtual safety car. But still, Dragon managed to take the lead. He gave position back to Tom. No, Dragon is on the lead,
Sky.
and
Plus
it's
this
full
guy's
course
got
safety
wing
car.
damage. I'm wondering what's happened there.
Yeah, actually,
Well, it looks like
that's
Rosa Sky's got wing damage.
yeah. I do believe they might be. He might be a victim of Elite or does the Benasti crashing. I'm pretty sure that they crashed before turn one, so maybe on the braking somewhere. We have a bit of drama on the race start, but that gives us a chance to check the tire strategies. So Konza on P6, Yitmax on P9, and Healy on P12. What a start for McLaren driver. Are using soft compounds. Apologies for coughing. Nat Tom on P2, Mac on P7, Griffin on P10, PW Jones on P13, Pookie on P14, and Hako on P15 with hard compounds. Rest of the grid on mediums. So we
Well,
have full rainbow in terms of tires.
this might be the quickest DNF, you know, might be beating Sid after Sid not even crossing the pit box. Looks like
Biggest,
Dragon is going into the pits now.
yes, he is indeed. It looks like biggest loser of the start was Rosa Sky with 10 position loss. Biggest winner after driving pitting is Healy with 10 position gain. Dragon actually after boxing after first lap lost 12 positions.
And Dynamic Duo, looks like 5 people pitted.
Yeah, and it looks like no, Dragon didn't lost position to drivers who boxed behind him. What tires did they decided to pick? So Dragon for softs, Hako for mediums, Mati, Dynamic Duo, and Rosa Sky for hards. I mean, I'm wondering, does Dragon got some minor wing damage maybe, or something happened? Because
it looked all clean.
I'm not going to risk it to check the race director because we all know how this might end. But we were speaking about last week EU3 race about driver standards, and well, as we can see, they are no learning lessons.
You really got to say about EU3, eh? Didn't even watch the race.
No, I didn't, but you said me a bit about this before the race, so yeah, they definitely don't learning the lessons. And actually, it's painful because I just keep that for myself. I'm not wish to swearing during making camps, so I just keep that for myself.
Well, currently Tom still got the lead on the top of the pack now.
Yeah, and Tom is happy. Just before the race started, he mentioned on chat that Healy is starting P20, so he have to capitalize on this. PW Jones gained a couple of positions as well. He's directly behind Healy. Borgia gained a position thanks to bit of Dragon.
So apparently to Manuel Maskey, his wheel broke into turn 1 and his throttle got stuck.
Oh, that's
what
really
happened.
That's really unfortunate for Aston Martin driver.
And for Elite, when he got taken out, I'm guessing that's what happened in turn 1.
Now, it's heartbreaking for Elite, especially watching the driver standings. He scored 29 points so far, and 25 points was for the race win. So not
coming back as well.
Yeah, and we have confirmation that safety car will be in this lap. Not Tom is leading the pack. He's weaving a lot, so it's half and back on P3 and drivers on P4 and P5. Borja is driving in same line, so I do believe he is just playing braking throttle game, and it looks like not Tom
He's gone.
is gone. Pretty decent advantage over Borja, but Borja is catching up really
Oh,
quickly.
teammates making the
It
move now
makes
to Mac hitting his teammate. Oh,
contact and it makes
was
is
it?
oh, and
And
Mac
Mac
onto the
is out of
wall.
the race.
Mac is out of the race onto the wall after that contact. He was struggling with finding some grip, and we have another full cost
Safety
safety
car.
car.
This is now reminding me of Baku in EU3. Safety cars after safety cars after safety cars.
Or Singapore.
Well, it's Singapore. I was actually the cleanest, should I say? I'm joking. I don't know what happened in those races.
Singapore. We had a couple of safety cars in EU3, but EU1 was actually the safety car possession.
Well, looking at Yeatmate, I'm not sure if he's got any damage after having a contact with his teammate into
It looks
turn
like
one.
Yeatmac's car looks fine, Konza as well. So it looks like they were lucky, or just damage is that minor that can't spot this.
It looks like Hilly's now up to P9.
And PW Johnson P10.
Yeah, it looks like Hilly's made 11 positions and Dragon has lost 10 positions after pitting after before the first safety car. Let's see if everybody goes into the pits this lap. Looks like nobody does. Except from Rosa Sky again.
Yeah,
But
and
Rosa
what
Sky's really
Rozaska
wanted him
is
to pit.
going to do, he was on hearts. Now let's stick with him for a moment. No wing change, and he is taking that yellow strip, so mediums for Haas driver.
Yeah, Lanky, it seems like Rosa Sky's already pitted twice already for wing damage and just changing tyres. And he was on the hards. Mediums, hards to the mediums.
To be honest, Lanky, it's all about setup because you might believe me or not, but I know drivers who are able to do this race all 29 laps if we don't have a safety car on medium to softs. Tire wear really depends not only on your driving style but also on your braking spots and on your setup. If you get too low downforce for the track and you will be sliding, your tire will be dead really fast. So I do believe we will have, yeah, we will for sure have one lap more under the safety car. Gonzo is actually quite hardly weaving. Rosa Sky catched up to the pack, but safety car is still going. So restart after lap 6. Uh, will be on 23 laps to go.
We haven't had one lap of racing yet as well.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's already made up 11 positions already.
even if we combine the distance they were driving about, I don't believe we will get even half a lap.
Well, surprisingly from Hilly, he's made up 11 positions having what, about maybe 1% of the lap done,
I mean,
or two,
okay,
something like that.
a bit more. Let's say
A bit more.
they managed to complete, let's say, one sector of racing, combined,
Maybe.
obviously, combined.
Maybe. They didn't. Well, they got past what? Turn 2. The turn 1 was the safety car for lap 1. The next one was turn 2.
Yeah, the exit of turn 2 was second one, so maybe not even the one sector. But we should have safety car in this lap. Tom will be pacing the field for once again.
Must be enjoying life right now, being on the top here.
Yeah,
Leading the safety car as well.
Tom is definitely happy. We are in sector 3, waiting for the confirmation. We have confirmation safety car is in this lap.
It's away and it's gone.
Borja
Well,
again
weaving by the
is
drivers as
not
well.
weaving, so he is playing the brake throttle game again. We see Alpha Tauri of Griffin was weaving a lot. Now, not Tom. It looks like he pulled away way earlier
Again,
comparing to
last one.
previous one. Now he's changing on the lead. Korniszkak with quite late restart. Kanza is overtaking Yitmex, going back for that P5. He's ahead of his teammate. Dragon and Pookie are fighting for position. Dragon is in front.
Finally, we can actually complete a sector, can we yet?
It looks like, at least if we're speaking about the leaders of this race, and yes, we are completed whole first sector.
Woohoo, finally.
And Borja actually is attacking not Tom, and he is taking the lead of this race. He made a work on this softer compound comparing to not Tom, because Borja is driving on the mediums. Not Tom is on hards. Pookie and Brooksy, they are swapping positions. They are side by side over here, and it looks like Brooksy is ahead. No, he's stepping back. He doesn't want to make a contact, and actually Hako is trying to attack Mercedes, and it looks like Hako is in front, and it will be a chance for Mati to strike on that Mercedes. They're going side by side. Mati is hiding behind, and Dynamic Duo is actually overtaking Mati. Mati is losing a position. There was a contact between them on the exit of the turn, and Mati is dropped a bit of pace. Rosa Sky was close. Dynamic Duo managed to overtake another driver. Brooksy and Dynamic Duo, they are side by side, and Dynamic Duo is still in front. And Mati now is hunting Brooksy on that fight for P15. He wasn't close enough to make a move. Now Borja, not Tom, and Havendobak. They are nearly 3 wide, 2 wide, Havendobak and not Tom. Through here, but not Tom is still keeping that position. Havendobak was trying to go to the inside, but he stepped back. Dragon is overtaking PW Jones for P10.
Going through the chicane now.
And Brooksy is overtaking Dynamic Duo for P14.
Going to this long straight now. Will anybody make a move? The Havendobak being behind not Tom, catching on the straight here. Would he be fast enough to make a move into the hairpin?
He's losing the split stream behind him. Then he's stepping down. Oh, massive lockup by Borja. Korniszkak actually, for now, out of DRS. What will be enabled this lap, both Ferrari boys close behind him. Griffin potentially to lose that DRS. Nico in Red Bull.
Making a move. No, he cannot. And Griffin defends it.
Good defend by AlphaTauri driver. And Healy is waiting for a mistake by at least one of them to make a move. Look how close he is to that Red Bull in front of him. And actually Dragon is
Dragon
diving to
makes
the
a
inside.
move.
And what a
Down
move.
the inside.
Indeed, that was
super clean
impressive. Kornischka
move. Nowhere.
gets to that DRS the guys in front of him, but he's still losing time. Griffin is overtaking Heatmax for P6. Dynamic Duo is swapping positions with Brooksy again in this race. Now Brooksy is fighting with Mati Robo. And they are side by Mati and Brooksy side by side.
Richard Kane too wide.
And Mati is taking that position. Now let's check how is fight for the lead, because they are with DRS behind Borja, but none of them made a move.
Contact between Heatmax and Griffin.
Hako is overtaking Pookie. Heatmax is gaining a position.
And Nico's making a move on Griffin now.
They're too wide. Griffin and Nico still too wide. Behind that Ferrari of Heatmax, it looks like Griffin with inside line.
Won't be able to
but Red Bull is in front, and look how close to them is Dragon already. Rosa Sky is overtaking Mati and Brooksy. So watching the distance to Dynamic Duo, something had to happen between those two. And whoa, Ferrari of Heatmax is making a mistake, and Nico is taking that position. It looks like contact. Griffin rear-ended that Ferrari, and look for what is Dragon doing. They are going free wide, and Dragon is overtaking both of them. That giving him promotion to P10, and Healy is side by side with Griffin, and it looks like he managed to overtake that AlphaTauri for P9.
Dragon's pace is looking good right now, but look at that gap to P4. To P5, I mean.
Yeah, Nico is over 2 seconds behind Konzo. Kornischka barely in DRS range, on leading 3. Havendobak actually closing up to not Tom. Hako is overtaking PW Jones, so position swap between Williams driver. Healy is overtaking Heatmax for P8. They are free wide through there. Heatmax is making a move back.
Griffin goes into the pits now.
And getting a 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. That's unfortunate for Griffin. Rosa Sky with new fastest lap of the race, 31.336. Kornischka might be again close to lose that DRS. And it looks like he won't have one. Let's see what his delta will be on detection. Yes, he is. Hako is overtaking Healy for P9, so Healy lost a bit of time.
I think Healy's got a bit of wing damage.
Let's stick with that leading 3. Healy is striking back on Hako. No moves done on top 3. Nico is overtaking Dragon for P6. I don't see any damage on Healy's car.
And Dragon gets the move done. Is it, or has he just ended it?
Nico overtook Dragon, so Dragon make a counter move on the Red Bull driver. Kornischka again without DRS, so he will be dropping now. And battle for lead continues, but no moves again. Like still on
interact with Hilly. He's got wing damage.
Konzo is heading to the pit lane to get rid of this soft. Hako is heading to the pit lane. He is missing the end plate, so that will be a wing change for Williams driver. PW Jones is going back to P9. Pookie gets promoted to P10. Rosa Sky actually managed to get to P11 somehow.
Well, if you go to the top 3 now, look at gap now to Tom Court and Borgia. Pretty sure it'd be fast enough to make him move. No, looks like Borgia's got a low
And
wind here.
not Tom and Haffendobach side by side. Haffendobach is in front of that AlphaTauri. He got inside line, a little bit of contact between them. And now not Tom is on the inside over here, and he is in front of that Haas. What a battle!
Nice defending from Tom.
Yeah, and now all of them got DRS. Kornischka managed to close up thanks to that fighting between those three. And now will we see them move? Not Tom is showing himself on the inside to Borgia, but he was too far to make a move, or just he stepped back. Not sure about this.
He's ready to make him move down into the hairpin on PW Jones. Can he get it? No, he can't. No, but he does.
They're side by side, and Pookie is in front of Williams. Indeed, Healy lost a bit of gap to Eatmax. It's 1.5 seconds.
Like those softs are kind of worn out now. He's been on those softs for 12 laps. Yeah, Borgia's top speed is quick, especially on DRS straight when you don't have any DRS.
And Griffin with new fastest lap, below 131.
Let's go to the top three here again, but it looks like Borgia's top speed is quick.
Pookie is overtaking Healy. That's giving him promotion to P8. And they are...
At least you're not like Sid.
They have definitely, even with DRS, no chance to get to that Red Bull. Healy is overtaking back Pookie, so he is back on P8, but he is losing distance to Eatmax. Eatmax is actually losing this distance to Nico. Nico on P6, really close to Dragon. It looks like they are still too far. Haffendobach is actually closing a bit to not Tom. He's trying from the inside. Tom is placing himself over there, so Haffendobach going to the outside, and still no position change. Let's see about Red Bull and AlphaTauri, and it looks like Red Bull is making a move on Dragon, but Dragon is fighting back, and Dragon is heading to the pit lane.
Dirty mix, and now Healy
will be on P6. No, Healy is boxing as well, so Pookie on goes for P6, PW Jones for P7, Rosa Sky on P8 already, Dynamic Duo P9 and Mati P10. To be honest, Nico is a bit on no man's land because he is losing 5 seconds to leading 4, and he's over 4.5 seconds ahead of Pookie. So he have to feel a little bit lonely over there. And
you finished so quickly.
PW Jones is attacking Pookie for P6, and it looks like he get that DRS advantage, and he is way ahead, but he's sliding over there, and he's losing position to Pookie, and going side by side with Rosa Sky. There was so close to contact between PW Jones and Pookie. PW Jones nearly rear-ended Pookie, and it looks like Haffendobach is going to make a move on the inside of here for the lead. He managed to overtake Nat Tom, and Haffendobach is ahead of Borgia. Haffendobach will have DRS, Borgia not, but Borgia is on the inside line. Nico is heading to the pit lane. A little bit of contact between them. Again, another contact, and not Tom is going through there. Borgia is losing 2 positions.
Looks like now Haffendobach is now flashing a bit close there, and contact between not Tom Coulter and Borgia's spun it. That is Borgia out of the top 3 now. Cornish Cook has caught up to the top 2 now.
Brooksy for another time in pit lane, we can see, but that's the battle we are interested in the most. Dynamic Duo is overtaking his teammate for P7. PW Jones is trying to run away from them. He's chasing Rosa Sky for another time. Rosa Sky is actually flashing, so he is out of battery, and he's going really defensive line through there. But PW Jones was too far. Let's go back to leading 3. Kornishkak might be out of DRS. He will be out of DRS. So this will be two-way battle between Not Tom and Haffendobak. Who will be faster on this straight? Not Tom is too far to make a move, so he's stepping back. And we are about to finish lap 15 out of 29. Haffendobak is still on the lead with battery problems. Is pulling that battery hardly to defend against furious Nat Tom behind him. PW Jones lost a bit of distance to Rosa Sky. Dynamic Duo is really close to him over here. Will he able to make a move? No, he's not. Dragon with new fastest lap of the race. And oh, Griffin. Okay, I wanted to say that I missed the Griffin penalty, but he gets one when he was heading to the pit lane, and that's only time penalty so far. Borja lost about 7-8 seconds to leading 2. Not Tom with Haffendobak really close to each other all the time. Kornishkak is trying to get to that DRS with them again, and it looks like he might do this. Dynamic Duo is overtaking PW Jones for P6. It's really close between Dynamic Duo, PW Jones, Pookie, and Mati over there. Not Tom lost a bit of distance to Haffendobak.
It should be quicker in Haffendobak since he's on the hards.
Yeah, especially that Haffendobak is struggling with battery. PW Jones is striking back on Dynamic Duo, and he is on P6 back again. Dragon is overtaking Konzo. That's position gain for P10. Mati Robo is overtaking Pookie for P8. A lot of overtakes is underway over here. Mati Robo is really close to Dynamic Duo.
Oh, and he gets the move done. Can he not? Can he keep with it? No.
Dynamic Duo gets better exit, but they still side by side over here. And now Mati got inside line to here, but another position swap. And contact. And the contact, it looks like Alpine driver doesn't left any kind of space for McLaren. And McLaren is going around. He's able to carry on, but he dropped to P13. Kornishkak is closing a bit of distance to leading 2. Dragon is overtaking Pookie. They are actually fighting side by side, and Dragon is ahead of that Alpine. And he will be looking for make a move on Dynamic Duo. Dynamic Duo will have DRS on PW Jones in front of them. No position.
Dragon seems like he's got more straight line speed.
And Konzo is overtaking Pookie for P9. Pookie without DRS. Dragon is overtaking Dynamic Duo for P7. And not Tom and Borja going to the pit lane. And Borja is getting 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane.
Oh.
We see yellow flags, and it's full cost safety car.
Cornish cut. Spinning into the wall there. So that's going to help not Tom Carter and Borja.
I mean, well, I have to shoot out Rosa Sky after unfortunate race start. He is currently on P3, and that safety car might help him a lot as well.
Well, let's see who's going to pit then, because I'm pretty sure everybody would pit for a new tyre since
yeah, for now,
old mediums and hard.
And Brooksy first victim of track limits. 3 seconds penalty for Mercedes driver for corner cutting. Brooksy, Hilly, Yitmex, Matti Robo on and not Tom on fresh medium so far. Borja decided to go for fresh soft compound. He is
Yeah, I don't think
directly
they're gonna last.
he is directly behind Griffin. Both of them got 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. Nico on 3 lap old hards, so he don't have to box this lap. This tires will be able to go to the end. Comes on 6 lap old hards. Potentially he don't have to box as well. Dragon on P4 with 4 lap old mediums, and he might finish on this compound. Let's stick with tires. Kaffendobak is heading to the pit lane. Kornischkak is heading to the pit lane as well. What Rosa Sky will do. Rosa Sky is heading to the pit lane as well. No chance for double stacking. Kaffendobak for fresh softs. Kornischkak as well. Not Tom. And Pookie with 5-second penalty. Kornischkak on fresh softs.
Looks like everybody on the old tyres has decided to pit.
Yeah, Rosa.
All mediums.
Rosa Sky on fresh softs, Dragon on fresh softs, PW Jones on fresh mediums, Dynamic Duo on fresh softs, Konza on fresh mediums, Nico on fresh softs, Pookie as well. All the rest of the pack from Hackle all the way down to Brooksy on fresh medium tires. So that's our tire situation right now. Let's check the penalty. Borja only one with penalty. He didn't decide to box this lap. And it looks like we are again with same leading 4, but this safety car helped a lot for Rosa Sky because he is on P5 and gaining 3 positions comparing to his starting position. Healy dropped down to P14. PW Jones with huge gain at this point. 8 positions advantage after starting from P15. Hackle with 7 positions gain after starting on P19.
Well, it looks like Borja won't be in the greatest position right now. He really wants to push it and get ahead of his drivers to try to get a 5-second gap. He wants the lead.
It looks like Matti decided to box quite late, and thanks for that, Brooksy gained a position over McLaren driver.
Well, we had Hilly at the start gaining a lot of positions up to what, P7, but now he's dropped down to P14.
Yeah, I mean, that safety car was unfortunate for him because he was pitting just before the safety car. So Delta definitely killed his runaway on fresh mediums.
Well, if you look at
watching
the tires,
watching for the standings, Alpine finally with some points. They scored only 16 until now. Ferrari with only 2 points. So they will, if the race will be over like this, they will lost position lead to Williams once again. Really difficult position for McLaren boys because they are both out of top 10, so no points for them. I'm really curious what more will happen during this race because maybe excluding opening 6 laps under the safety car, the race was really excited and a lot of overtakes happen. We have confirmation safety car in this lap, so we will start from lap 21. 9 more laps of racing ahead of us. Havenderback will be pacing the grid, and when he will decide to pull away, not Tom is waiting. So is Borja, so is Korniczka, so is Rosa Sky.
And he's
And
off.
it looks like Havenderback is off, and Not Tom is already over 1 second behind leading Haas.
What a slow reaction from him.
Dragon is
making
overtaking
a
Rosa
move.
Sky for P5, so super early move. Nico is overtaking Kenzo for P9. They are still side by side, but Red Bull is ahead out of turn 1. I didn't notice any more changes, and Havenderback is trying to run away, but not Tom not letting him do this, and Borja is losing a lot on the twisty section of the track. Puki is overtaking Kenzo, so Kenzo is going out of top 10. Korniczka is losing positions to Dragon. Dragon with stunning pace at the early stage after this restart. Dynamic Duo is overtaking PW Jones for P7, and PW Jones is striking back. They are still side by side. Dynamic Duo with that inside line. Oh, close. I think there was a contact, and PW Jones with 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Going side by side through there might not end well. And Nico is overtaking PW Jones for P8. They are pulling a lot of pressure. Nico is overtaking Dynamic Duo, so that's 2 position gain. PW Jones is overtaking Dynamic Duo as well. Puki is overtaking Hako for P11. Dragon with new fastest lap of the race, 1:29.275. Irmex is overtaking Puki and Hako. It looks like Puki made a mistake. Puki is retiring, and it is full cost safety car again.
Oh well, that's quite interesting. The 4th safety car today of this race, and also can we show the tyres to be
yeah, we can show the tires for once again, obviously. That's how it looks tire situation. Havenderback on P1, then from P3 to P8 all drivers on softs, not Tom on P2, and from P9 to P16 all drivers on on medium compounds, and all drivers with 3 or 4 laps old tires.
I just noticed something. Why is not Tom Carter speaking in the chat when he's racing?
Yeah, I mean,
back in the race, man. You don't need to be here in the chat. Go race.
I mean, I can understand his disappointment about this safety car, but just wanted to remind you, Tom, that driving on EI is strictly prohibited by the rules, so you might get penalized for that.
Well, we can't see if he's in AI, but the people behind him can.
And that might cost you a 5-second. Nico is heading to the pit lane and receiving 5-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. Dynamic Duo heading to the pit lane as well. So is Hako, Brooksy and Matty. So
He's gains positions. Ferrari in double points.
Ferrari in double points. Healy in points again.
And the drivers who just pitted are now on softs. So they're definitely going to be quickest on the grid, but it'll be so hard to overtake for the few last laps if you don't want to get any wing damage.
One thing is potential wing damage or incidents between the drivers. Second thing, we will get safety car in on lap 25 probably, or 24, so we'll get 4 or 5 laps of racing. Everyone will be pushing like crazy, so not sure was it the best decision over here. Actually, let's check out the penalty situation. So we have 4 drivers with penalties. Brooksy with 3 second time penalty, Borja, PW Jones, and Nico with 5 seconds penalties. Borja and Nico, so both Red Bull drivers, for speeding in the pit lane. PW Jones for corner cutting. He cuts the chicane when was fighting with Dynamic Duo, I do believe it was.
Well, it looks like P12 to base 16 are the new softs. So definitely going to be the quickest around here.
But it
So,
won't be easy to capitalize on that because drivers in front of them, Griffin, maybe Griffin is not that fast comparing to Hilly or leading 5, but still it won't be easy to overtake. And Martin and Hako are going to the pit lane again.
bit weird. Maybe we're pitting for new softs. So we can have the freshest tyres on the grid, but I don't think that would matter that much.
Hako on both Hako and Mati on brand new fresh softs. So they
I
just
don't think it would matter.
I mean they are on fresher tires, but now they will have to run faster to catch up the grid. So they will destroy the tire a bit more comparing to drivers in front of them. But from the other way, it will be a bit easier to get these tires heated up. Not sure when Jamie James was asking about the tires, but we will show him that once again. And closing this tab in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's enough for you. No special treats, even if you were my virtual teammate before I stepped out. Race until now was pretty chaotic, but really entertaining, I have to say. And safety car in this lap, so
we'll be leading the pack.
So we will have 5 laps of racing.
We're a quite interesting 5 laps. There's a 5-lapper now.
Yeah, it is 5-lapper, and no more chance for safety car as they will start lap 26.
And he's gone already. The fact he's gone.
Yeah, but
hasn't made a big of a gap.
But Borja is attacking him already. And Borja is ahead, but Tom got that inside line. Nico is overtaking Griffin.
Will Tom have enough pace to catch up to Novak to overtake him for the lead?
And Dynamic Duo is overtaking. Yeah.
Griffin's ready dropping back on those old mediums, as they are the new mediums. Nico and
Nico is overtaking Healy. Healy is striking back.
A wider line. He's got a wider line, so he's getting more straight line speed down the straight. But Dynamic Duo, it's got that straight line speed on Nico. Will he have enough straight line speed to overtake him? No, he won't.
And Borja is overtaking not Tom for P2. They are still side by side. A little bit of contact possibly. And Dragon is really close to that Red Bull as well. So we will have a lot. Heatmax is making a mistake.
No, he's lost his front wing. Pretty sure we can't have any more safety cars.
Hako is overtaking Griffin, so Griffin is losing another position so far. A little bit of lockup by Borja on the braking to the hairpin. Kornischkak, it looks like he is dropping pace a bit to leading 4. And another yellow flag, it's Brooksy who made a mistake on the exit of the hairpin. And it looks like Heatmax made a mistake as well. Dynamic Duo and Nico. Nico is well ahead. Heatmax is retiring in pit lane. And Dragon is actually really close to Borja, and he's going to inside, and he making that move done.
Borja's
Another.
really not in the best position right now. He's dropping positions quickly with that 5-second time penalty, so he's going to drop back as everybody's all grouped up together after that safety car restart. DRS will be enabled next lap, so it'll bring the grid a lot closer together if he cannot pull away.
Yes, indeed, and it looks like Koenigsegg is struggling a bit to stay within that 1 second behind leading 4 right now. He closed up a bit here in sector 2. Borja is losing a pace to Dragon. It's nearly 1 second behind him. Not Tom is trying to pull up pressure on Havendobak, but he should be worried on Dragon behind him as well. Dragon is actually closing a lot to him, but not enough so far. Borja is running away from Koenigsegg. Koenigsegg, it looks like he is gaining a lot on braking zones. DRS enabled this lap, so 3 laps with that DRS to make
the strongest on the straight to make him move.
And that's the question for now. You can see how much of time Dragon is losing on the twisty sections of the track. Borja is actually losing to Dragon as well on the twisty sections. And Borja won't have DRS. Yellow flags in sector 1. That's Brooksy making a mistake.
It's like Tom Carter's right behind Hoffenheim, but he won't have enough space to make the move, but will he?
No, he's stepping back. And look, Dragon was gaining about 3/10, even if not Tom in front of him had that DRS. Mati Robo is overtaking Hako for P12.
Borja's really slowed down here. He's dropped out of DRS from Dragon, and Koenigsegg is right behind
and
him.
Hako with 3-second penalty for track limits. Nico made a mistake. He dropped down to P14. Now, is not Tom close enough to overtake Havendobak? No, he's not. But Dragon is closing insanely fast. Dynamic Duo is overtaking Healy. And they are side by side. And it looks like Healy is in front of that Alpine. Alpine is struggling with battery. And they are side by side again. Nico for another 5 seconds for speeding in pit lane. Dynamic Duo and Healy in. Oh, that was a good side by side by a long time between those two. And Healy is losing that position. Borja actually over 3 seconds behind leading 3 already. And Koenigsegg is really close. Hako is overtaking Mati, and Griffin is overtaking both of them.
Oh, Hako's hit the wall, it's lost his end play. That means Hako's out of the race. He can't really do much with that wing damage there.
Yeah, unfortunate for Hako. Brooksy is in pit lane once again. Rosa Sky fighting side by side with Borja. They're 3 wide, and Koenigsegg is taking that P4. Rosa Sky is taking P5.
Making a move, not cleanly though. Through the chicane.
Dynamic Duo overtaking.
One stupid dive there from him.
But Rosa Sky kept that position.
What a mess there between these drivers here.
Konzo is overtaking Healy for P9. And now let's get back to our leading 3. Natstam is too far to overtake. Borja is overtaking Rosa Sky for P5. Dragon with 3 second penalty for track limits.
Fun.
So it looks like another unfortunate race for Williams boys. They both had some problems last week in Baku. Hako with 5 second penalty for speeding in pit lane, and he is decided to retire in the pit lane. Healy promoting himself for P9, Mati for P10. So
Novak has really lost Tom Carter through sector 1. But this is the last lap, if you remembered. This is the last opportunity for not Tom Carter to get to P1, but look at that massive gap. Pretty sure he won't be able to catch up there with that DRS.
He is gaining with that DRS advantage. But Dragon is closing super fast. Dynamic Duo is overtaking Rosa Sky for P7. And
Porsche's in a really dangerous position here.
Rosa
Remember, he's
Sky
got that
is dropping 2
5 second out
positions
penalty.
to Konza
But
and to
contact.
Healy.
Konza makes a move.
And battle for the lead is still freeway one, but it looks like Happendobach is way too far to make a move on that leading Haas driver. Dragon will be too far to overtake this two.
And it looks like it's going to be a close finish here between
And
these drivers.
Happendobach with 3 second penalty for track
Oh
limits.
my.
That's a race win for Nat Tom. Happendobach crossing the line as first, but dropping back to second. Dragon with third. Dyna and Borja. Borja, what happened to Borja? He spawns at the exit of the hairpin. So dynamic duo on P4. Konzo P5. P6 for Healy. P7 for Mati. P8 for Rosa Sky. P9 for Griffin. P10 for PW Jones. P11 for Borja. Kornischkak DNF himself at the end of the race, and so that will be P12 for Brooksy, and Kornischkak will be placed as P12, Hako as P14. Rest of the grid, so Nico, Yitmek, Spooky, Mac, Elite, and Doze Benasti will be counted as did not finish the race. What an ending!
Yeah, sadly for Hoffendover, it was leading most of the race at the end.
And
Getting
I
a 3
have
second
to
time penalty for track limit.
And I have to say that I can't disagree with Jamie James, who just texted on the Twitch chat. I can imagine smashed wheels and desk right now. Yes, indeed. So here is our podium celebrations. Affendovac, he is flying. I mean, apologies, not Tom. He was flying. Affendovac on P2 because of that unfortunate time penalty. Dragon on P3, Dynamic Duo P4, Dragon actually P3 and fastest lap of the race, Dynamic Duo on P4, Konzo P5, Healy P6, Matiroba P7, Rosa Sky on P8, Griffin P9, PW Jones P10, Borja P11 after making a mistake on the hairpin at the end of the race. Brooksy on P12, Kornischkak on P13, Hako on P14. Nico actually gets to the results with plus 3 laps on P15. Yitmek, Spooky, Mac, Elite, and Doze Benasti didn't manage to finish the race. Let's quickly slide through. Race director, just in case someone will need that. And let's interview those boys for, let's invite those boys for the interviews.
Must be not the best days for Hoffendover. On the last lap at the hairpin, getting a penalty.
Yeah, he got that win, and
it just don't know what to say.
Let's give those boys 30 more seconds to join us. For now, we have Hafendobak with us already. Let's wait a bit for Dragon and for Natom.
Good evening.
Good evening, Hafendobak.
How's everyone?
Pretty decent. I almost can't speak after tonight's evening.
Neither can I.
Yeah, it looks like Tom and Dragon are not going to join us, so brilliant race for you. You managed to overtake Tom at some point. Actually, Tom is trying to join us, and he joined us. Good evening, Tom, as well. Uh, but let's continue with Heaven Robak. I want,
Yeah,
I want
sorry,
to,
on you go.
I want to ask you about probably most crucial moment of this race for
Hmm.
you. Exit of the hairpin at the end. What were you thinking over there after getting that penalty? How furious you were. I can imagine how furious you have to be. Tell us
I
about
was,
this.
yeah, I'm gutted. I just felt like definitely had the pace today. It's not something I usually have, so. But I don't know. I'm quite happy with P2. To be fair, like Tom was on it like the whole race, so fair dues to him. Not getting penalties. Uh, the softs seemed a lot harder to manage than the mediums I was on. I felt like I could go the mediums a lot longer than expected, but as soon as I got the softs, the rears just went straight away basically. So that's when the penalties started coming. So it's unfortunate, but I'm still happy with the result overall.
Yeah, it's overall P2 for you, so really decent result. You didn't score the first win in this season for you, but
Yep,
if I'm correct, that was second P2 for you this season.
second P2, yeah.
So
So there's consistency.
third podium overall. So still a really great result for you and for the team as well, because Mercedes boys were struggling a lot. So you will gain a position as a team over a Mercedes.
Yeah, that's really good.
Sadly for Haas, Red Bull advantage was too big to gain on them.
Yep.
But now, Rob, do you have any questions to our P2 seater half in the back?
No, not really, except from being devastated how you got the penalty last second. Actually, what was your reaction when you got it?
Honestly, nothing. I was just like, okay.
You
I
just
did take a.
accepted it.
I wasn't even looking at the leaderboard, and then I noticed. I think Dragon had a 3 second as well, so I was just lucky. I even got P2.
Yes, Dragon took a 3 second penalty for track limits, like 1 or 2 laps to go. So
Yeah,
it was really close to him as well, but still. Really good race for you. Most of the race you were leading, so I'm pretty sure you might be happy about this. Congratulations for your podium spot. Thank you for joining us tonight.
thanks a lot.
And
Cheers,
now
guys.
let's head to our race winner, not Tom Carter. Good evening, Tom.
Oh, sorry. I was just speaking with the others in general. Hello. Are you okay?
Uh, yes, we are okay. Actually, it's a third podium for you and first win for you this season.
Yeah, first
So
win.
congratulations.
Lovely.
I mean, it was. You will
Very
admit
lucky.
that it was really
Yeah,
lucky
quite
win
lucky.
for you. Heffenderbeck
Yeah.
actually gifted this one for you.
Yeah.
We can say, but you had a pace.
hmm
But I need
Uh,
to
y-
I need to ask because you were struggling with catching up to on DRS to one of the drivers at the early stage of the race after the
yeah.
two
Uh,
safety cars.
that was intentional. So I was running quite a high wings, and starting from pole. Obviously, I did really well in the wet, so that's obviously because I was running quite high wings, and I knew that to make high wings work, I had to quite early on get someone in front of me to use the DRS. And use my battery on the straights to maintain to gain what I was losing by having higher wings. And so the higher wings are so much better here. You can drag the tires out so much. Like I was pushing on those hards in the first sector, and in the first sector I'd gain like 3 or 4 tenths just on its own, and then the whole lap. You don't gain that much by having lower wings on the straights. So yeah, and you can imagine as well in the second sector before the tight twisty bit you saw where I was defending. I heard you say it because I had the stream on my speaker so I could hear. You said something about a good defence. That was only because I was running high wings. So yeah, the high wings are definitely much better here at Miami. You've just got to play it right with your tyres as well. It's always better to go with the higher wear tyres because the tyres are brutal here unless you have high wings and are running harder compounds.
Okay, I have to ask about this because I would be upset if I wouldn't. What what was your thoughts when you noticed that leader of the race at the exit of the hairpin, like with 300 meters to go, get that 3-second penalty?
I think it's just brutal. I mean, the track limits here are so tough. I was on two warnings myself, and I was conscious of the fact that I couldn't afford to lose time and through penalties, especially with that many safety cars, because you have to regain the gap again and again to everyone behind you. So it's just unlucky, I think. The pressure was high as well. Obviously, I said I had higher wings, but on the last strat, I just dumped everything. I had quite a lot of battery, and I didn't end up flashing, but Huff and Dubback did. So yeah, I gained up quite close, and maybe it was me being just there, or maybe it was just an honest mistake. But either way, it's a bit unfair because when you drive a race like that where you're in the front for so long and you're keeping the people behind, I think you always feel like you deserve to win, and you'd be right in thinking that.
Okay, thank you for that speak. Rob, do you have any questions to Tom?
No, not really. Except from having a good drive.
Yeah, it was
Building
quite
on
a
the
good race.
podium.
Everyone was good, I think. I don't know about the back. I have to look at some
Except from
clips if I can.
turn
I
one.
mean, I will
Here,
I will
Tommy.
say that at least three of those four safety cars was at least questionable.
Yeah,
uh,
I mean, it wasn't me, so I've got nothing to worry about.
uh, but I will ask both of you. Next race is at Imola. How do you feeling about this one?
Quite confident. I mean, yeah, I've got a. Well, actually, no, I won't say, but I won't say what I've got. But I'm quite confident for the rest of the season. That's exactly what I needed.
Well, track limits around there are a bit dangerous, but yeah, that's all I can say.
Mhm.
Okay, so
I,
Yeah.
sorry. I feel like Imola is probably one of my favourite tracks of the calendar, so hopefully it
Mhm.
should be a good one. My luck will probably not be a good race because it is my favourite track. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I'm
got
hoping it
high hopes.
rains. I'm hoping it rains.
yeah,
I love the rain.
so boys, I would love to say thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for showing us a really good battle between
Yeah, it was
you
great.
almost the whole race.
Mhm.
Hope upcoming days will be a great time with your families during the Easter.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You too.
Rob, thank you for joining us tonight as well. For
Mm,
all people in Twitch chat, thank you for joining us tonight too. And I'm going to see with you tomorrow for EU1 tier. And
And can I quickly say something? I will be commentating tonight as well for AM2, if you want to tune in as well. It
actually,
will be in a few hours.
there is a chance that I will join as well because
Mm.
surprisingly tomorrow I have a day off.
I had a nap earlier, so I'll be there if you want to be there. What time is it for European?
I do believe
1
I do
1
believe
a.m.
UK
it's
time.
2 a.m. of Central European time or 1 a.m.
Okay, so it's
UK
1
time.
a.m. for GMT. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 a.m. Okay, so sweet.
And once again, thank you for joining us tonight. Hope your night will be really great and see you another time. Good night.